Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I want to make a video that's going to very clearly explain why you need to stop chasing 100x's with altcoins. Now, if you've been watching my channel for long enough, as you can tell, I'm very against speculation in crypto. I'm very much on the side of using crypto to start businesses or using it to help you debank. Actually trying to use the intended utility of cryptocurrency to enhance your life and actually taking advantage of the massive technological boom that's happening within this world. There's a couple of major narratives within tech in the world. You know, you've got AI and you've got blockchain. These are massive things. You can make a lot of money with this stuff. However, it's very unfortunate that most people are going to end up just becoming gambling idiots for the most part, speculating on various nonsense, trying to get as much money as they can as fast as possible. But I don't want to just preach to you. I'm going to actually show you evidence why this is a terrible idea. But for context, let's just go straight into it. And I'm going to show you when I type in just trade altcoin, I'm not really going to get much good advice about different trading strategies or like, you know, the certain value of particular coins. You're going to get these clowns, and that's what they are. They're clowns and they're parasites with these flashy thumbnails that are going to show you, you know, all the different coins that they expect to go up in value. So this one here, you know, they show you, look, you can get a 500x, right? If you just click here, you'll find the way to find the secret strategy to get the particular coins early, right? How to make $100 a day starting with $0. Top 7 coins that will 100x in the future, right? If you're going to look for a coin that's going to do 100x, you're going to be looking for a coin with a very low market cap, which means that it's untested. It's based, the people who have bought it are in there purely for speculation. And you've got to, the thing is, when you're looking for coins, you know, in crypto, you've got to be looking at it from the perspective of how you would invest in a stock in the stock market. And I think the unfortunate thing is that the people that are into altcoins the most, particularly in the Zoomer generation, people are in Gen Z, and their first exposure to buying any kind of investment is in crypto. They never really got into stocks first. So most people got into buying this kind of, like learning about trading strategies or, you know, trading fundamentals from crypto as opposed to like doing it from the stock market. And the reason why I say it's a shame is because that most people, when they're looking at stocks to buy, they will do a lot of due diligence, right? They're going to look at the company report and they're going to be trying to see how much money that company is making. And if they're making a lot of money, but the price is worth less, they might think that that's a good strategy, you know. So they'll think that it's undervalued. The definition of something being undervalued is that this thing that you're interested in produces a lot of value. It makes money. You know, they've got a good team, they've got a good product, they've got a lot of customers, they've got a good what is it? They've got a good network of suppliers or whatever. But for some reason, not many people have bought the stock, maybe because they just don't know about it. That's what you'd call doing your due diligence, and then maybe you would buy into that stock because it's worth less than what it actually is, right? But the thing is, virtually no cryptocurrency makes money. But you need to be treating it like it's a company that should be making money, because that's what they should be doing. They should be generating value, but almost none of them do. And I'd be happy to tell you about the ones that do make money, and you'll be very surprised to see what happens with their price. So let's actually go through, and I'm going to look at, I'm going to open up here, and I'm going to share with you which cryptos actually make money, right? So Bitcoin, there's people all over the world right now that are mining Bitcoin, and they make money doing that, right? So that's number one. You've got Ethereum. People stake Ethereum, and that's how they make money with Ethereum. And people are also buying Ethereum because they need it as gas fees on all these other coins that use Ethereum as its base layer. So there's an inherent demand for people buying Ethereum because it serves a utility. Tether makes huge amounts of money. The company that owns Tether have how many billions of dollars? What's their market cap, right? So if you believe their figures, let me get out of the way here. They have $113 billion in bank accounts, and they're making around 4% of their money every year, right? So they make around $4+ billion just in interest every year. That's a good business model. That makes money. BNB is a similar thing to Ethereum, right? It's not just that people buy it to stake it and make money. People need to buy BNB because it acts as a gas token on their blockchain, right? The BEP, the BEP20 blockchain, right? So every time you buy shitcoins on PancakeSwap, you need to buy BNB in order to be able to facilitate that transaction. Solana is a similar thing. Lido staked Ether. I won't go into that, but it's basically the same as Ethereum. USDC again. Circle. I think that's the company that owns the the US dollars that power the token, the back the token. They have $33 billion in their bank account. They're making like 4% a year or something like that. So they're making like, $1 billion or so a year, right? XRP, they make a lot of money because they've done a lot of deals with banks to allow them to become the back end layer of a number of financial transactions, helping banks save a lot of money. And in turn, they make a lot of money on fees. And actually, Ripple gets dunked on a lot, but they actually make a lot of money. Now, I want to click on Ripple to give you an example. Ripple makes, let's just see. We'll just say the first quarter of 2024 Ripple profits. How much money did they make? Ripple's Q1 2024 profits. So they made $865 million in the first quarter of 2024. That is incredible. This is exactly what a good company would that you should invest in would look like. They make money. They make money for the people who have invested in it. And but look at the price. Look at the price of Ripple, right? So despite the fact that it makes a huge amount of money and it's incredibly viable, the price doesn't go up in a straight line. The price has not even touched what it reached in 2021. It has barely scratched what it reached in 2018. Oh, sorry, I've been in the way. Sorry, let me get out of the way here. So this is the thing, right? In 2017, there was such a mania for Ripple, and it was based purely on price speculation, and it just got into untold heights. It became stupidly valuable, even though it was very new at the time, and it hardly made any money back then, right? But as it matured as a company, it started to make more and more money, and despite it doing well, people are investing in it less and less, right? Because people are only interested in Ripple for the speculation value as opposed to what it actually does. The reality is it's a very solid company, and it actually does fairly well. Like, it's got a very solid profit and loss sheet. But just because it does well and it serves its utility, that doesn't mean that the price is going to go up forever and just go up in a straight line. So actually, what's interesting is a lot of the things on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, whatever it is you're looking at, the things that actually serve legitimate utility, make a lot of money as a company, and have been around for a long time and are tried and tested. Most of them don't actually make money. Like Tether makes more money, I think, than any of the other crypto altcoins. Yet you can't invest in it necessarily, right? Like if you put $1,000 in Tether, even if the company makes billions of dollars a year later, it's still only going to be worth $1, right? And a lot of things like, I think Litecoin is a very good example. Litecoin has been around since 2013. It's been a top performing altcoin. Well, it's just been around for a long time. It's been at least in the top 30 for a long time. Litecoin serves a very valuable purpose in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. As an alternative to Bitcoin, people will sell their Bitcoin for Litecoin. Let me start again. If someone wants to transfer their funds, their Bitcoin funds, from point A to point B, if they use Bitcoin, it's very expensive. So if they want to just send it from one exchange to another, it'll cost them a bunch of money in transaction fees, right? So what a common strategy for like over a decade was, you'd sell your Bitcoin for Litecoin, then you send Litecoin from point A to point B, then you turn your Litecoin back into Bitcoin, and you saved a bunch of fees, right? That's a very legitimate purpose. Litecoin performs what its utility is to the T, but look at what's happened with the price. Hardly anything. It does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it doesn't really do much, right? But the reason why the price went up so much at different stages was precisely because of its speculation. People are buying it because they think other people are going to buy it, and the price is going to go up. So in crypto, if something's got legitimate utility and it's being used for its utility, it's not certain the price is actually going to go up. So what actually does tend to go up by massive amounts? Things that are basically pump and dump. Things that don't actually aren't proven to serve much utility, they tend to go up massively in value over time. And that's what the people on YouTube are always trying to promote. They're trying to promote coins that don't serve any utility in the long run, and people are only buying them fueled by speculation, and they're playing a zero-sum game with each other, where the first person to sell at the highest price wins, and the person to sell at the lowest price loses, right? So if 100 people follow this person's advice and they buy into XYZ shitcoin, only a certain amount of them can win, because they make money off the other people who invested in that coin, which is not the correct way to be going about it. Now, I want to use some historical, let's go into the history so I can show you just how badly people can get wrecked if they follow the advice of the shitcoiners, right? So I've looked at a historical snapshot on CoinMarketCap of all the different coins that have come and gone. I'm just going to go up here. And of course, Bitcoin is number one, Ethereum's number two. Actually, sorry, let me go back further. 2013, right? Let's go back to the very beginning. Bitcoin is number one, Litecoin is number two, XRP, and then you got Peercoin. You're like, what the heck is Peercoin? I've never even heard of it, right? Well, Peercoin doesn't exist anymore. Let's see what happened to it. Let's look at Peercoin, right? Peercoin was the shit back in the day. Everyone thought they were going to become millionaires if they invested in Peercoin in 2013, because it outperformed Bitcoin and all this other crap. And you know, where is it now? You know, like, it was a top 3 cryptocurrency in 2013. It went up from you know what, I don't even okay, from 80 cents to like $7, right? And then it went down to nothing, and then it had a little hoorah back in 2021 again, and then it's back to nothing. And you know, and here we are again. You know, the cycle is just simply going to repeat. So there you go. There's Peercoin for you. Let's scroll back and let's see if you can name these coins. See if they're still around. Namecoin. Have you even heard of Namecoin before? Probably not. Quark, Megacoin, PTS, BitShares, Feathercoin, Primecoin, WorldCoin, FreyaCoin, NovaCoin, BBQCoin, ZetaCoin, InfiniteCoin, TerraCoin, Bullion, DevCoin, AnonCoin, right? And it goes on and on. None of these coins are still around to this day. They're not around. The only thing that exists is Litecoin and Ripple, right? And even if you were in the mindset of someone in 2013, you're thinking, wow, Litecoin's outperformed Bitcoin so much, I should buy a Litecoin. But as I mentioned, like, if we look back at Litecoin, the big thing to notice about Litecoin and all these other altcoins that have stuck around for a really long time is that they've dramatically underperformed against Bitcoin. So it would have been better if you just held Bitcoin the whole time. Let's go here. If I go to Litecoin, Litecoin is still in the top 20. Litecoin is a legit coin. I believe in Litecoin. However, if we're being realistic, if I compare it with the price of Bitcoin on the maximum time frame, it's only gone down in value since 2013. See this? This is its price compared against Bitcoin, and look what's happened to it. It just goes down in value, right? So, and this is a top performing altcoin in 2013, right? Ripple as well, I've showed you as well, but let's make it clear. How has Ripple performed against Bitcoin over this whole time? And again, Ripple is a legit altcoin. It actually does what it says. Despite all the clowning, it makes huge amounts of money every year. Ripple is fantastic. However, if we're realistic, let's compare it to Bitcoin and see what's happened. How has Ripple fared against Bitcoin? I mean, not much has happened. It goes up, it goes down. But for the most part, look at this. You know, it just continues to go down against Bitcoin. Unless you get into these little mania hypes, right? But for the most part, it's overall just down against Bitcoin, right? Now let's look at 2017. You've got Bitcoin, you've got Ethereum, okay? They're still around. Ethereum, I believe in Ethereum. Ethereum is great. Bitcoin Cash is still around. I believe in Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is very similar to Litecoin in the sense that it serves a particular purpose, right? The utility of Bitcoin Cash is like Litecoin. You want to send Bitcoin from exchange A to exchange B. So you sell your Bitcoin into Bitcoin Cash, then you send your Bitcoin Cash from exchange A to exchange B, you turn it back into Bitcoin, and you save on all these fees, right? So Bitcoin Cash has retained its utility after all this time. Bitcoin Cash is useful, and it's got a great community, but if imagine buying into Bitcoin Cash in 2017, because at that time it may have outperformed Bitcoin, you can see where is Bitcoin Cash compared to Bitcoin. BCH. Let's see, where are you at Bitcoin Cash? Now, I'll be honest, I actually love Bitcoin Cash, but I don't own it because look at it compared to Bitcoin. Look at it, look at that. It's a disaster compared to Bitcoin, right? So everyone that's just trying to chase these 100x gains ultimately loses out to the principal cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin. If they just held Bitcoin in the long run, they would have dramatically outperformed even the top altcoins. Now, I haven't even really gone into some of these much smaller cap coins, but do you remember Cardano? Do you remember Cardano was the shit in the day? If you had gone into Cardano back in the time, it would have seemed like you'd made so much money, but imagine holding it over the long time frame. And Cardano is still around. I actually hate Cardano. I think it's absolutely useless. Unlike Solana, unlike some of the other top layer 1 protocols, it hasn't done anything. So I think this is still purely based in the speculative realm. It is done crap all. You can feel free to argue with me in the comments. I'd be happy to listen to what you have to say. Maybe there's some things I don't know about. But regardless, let's look at how it's performed against Bitcoin. For the most part, it's just down against Bitcoin. It's hardly done anything against it, right? Now, maybe when there's a big bull cycle, you get another speculative bull run, and everyone's happy for a year. But for the most part, you're going to be losing against Bitcoin, and you can never trust if Cardano is going to be around. What if something happens to Charles Hoskinson? Then the whole thing goes down the drain, goes down the draino. So yeah, that's what is it? Oh yeah, it's 2021. Let's look at 2017, and we'll see, right? I want to show you some other things. Dash, right? Dash was really big in 2017. And the reason why people would get into these altcoins, things that weren't Bitcoin, was because they believed that they could outperform Bitcoin. So I'm trying to prove to you that basically nothing has outperformed Bitcoin, I think with the exception of Ethereum. And even then, I think the Ethereum, Ethereum didn't, I think it slightly outperformed Bitcoin last run, but it's become less and less since 2017. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ethereum is just neck and neck with Bitcoin this bull run, because it's becoming, the speculation hype has gone down, and Ethereum, like all the other altcoins with legitimate utility, the speculation limit has gone down, and as a result, you're not going to get these radically wild multi-X's, right? Let's look at Dash. Dash is actually legitimately fucked. Dash was the shit back in the day. Let's look at it now. Where are you at now, Dash? Where are you at? Where are those people that were shilling? I think people should be legitimately held accountable. If you were around in 2017 and 2021 saying that Dash was going to 100x, and this is what happened to your customers, you should be, viewers, you should be held accountable in some way. You should at least have lost your viewer base, bare minimum, right? But this is what happens, right? Yep, and then down, right? So that's Dash. I want to look at XLM real quick as a last example, right? Because XLM was I think one of the biggest ones to skyrocket during 2017. You can see what happened. What happened to XLM? It was the shit back in the day. Went up and then it went down, and it had a last hoorah in 2021, and then it's down again. Maybe it has another little hoorah again soon, but for the most part, it's just down against Bitcoin. It goes up and then it goes down, and it goes up and it goes down. If you just held your XLM since 2014, it is, so that's zero, that's worth 456 in sats, and so it's actually worth negative 4x if measured against Bitcoin sats from 2014. You would have been better off just holding Bitcoin, all right? So I've made my point clear, but just to drill it home, let's look at the most recent cycle, which is 2021. And we can see it's actually fairly similar. It's fairly similar. It's mostly the same. I think over time, the top 10 spot is going to look more or less the same, because these things at the top are more stable. And I think, I think Cardano is going to eventually kicked out. Polkadot is already kind of being kicked out. I think that's going to eventually disappear. Avalanche may stick around, or Terra Luna, that's one that's going to go. Crypto.com, that's eventually going to go. Litecoin, Binance USD, they didn't even have that anymore. I think in 2021 we had too many like layer 1 blockchains that were trying to compete with Ethereum, and Solana is basically the only one that was actually able to effectively compete. Avalanche and Polygon may be around, but for the most part, most things are, similar, but most things are basically going to go away. You can trust, if you look at the long-term time frame, nothing is going to really compete with Bitcoin. You can only hold Bitcoin in the long run. Everything else is something you can only hold for a short amount of time before it disappears into the ether and people have forgotten its name. You'll one day be telling your grandkids about Polkadot and how you lost all your money on it, or something like that, or something else. Even Ripple, which is again, it's a legitimate company, makes legitimate money, it's got a great team. You're not even going to make money on it. Bitcoin is where it's at. Bitcoin is ultimately where it's at. So again, as a final note, I want to implore you to stop seeking out these unrealistic gains. Bitcoin is the greatest performing asset of all time since its inception. Trying to beat it is a fool's errand. You don't need to do it. All you need to do if you want to make money is buy and hold Bitcoin. And probably the gains are gone now, because I think the risk has decreased as it's become more and more adopted, increasingly institutionalized, and you're probably not going to see these wild gains anymore, but that's fine. I don't think you need to do that. Just hold Bitcoin. Just ignore all these other YouTubers. Just hold Bitcoin. So if you're interested in buying Bitcoin, you can use my referral links in the description down below. I am a very strong proponent of non-KYC exchanges. Sorry, let me get back in the picture. Of non-KYC exchanges, places where you don't have to give personal information, whether it's your phone number or whether it's your passport details or your driver's license. I don't believe you should be giving this stuff to exchanges, because if they get hacked one day, your information is going to be floating around on the dark web, or if your country ever becomes sour towards cryptocurrency, they can solicit that information from the exchange, because it's a binding legal contract they would have with the exchange. If they want to do business in that country, they can provide all that information to whatever agency. So ideally, you're not providing any KYC or any personal information. You're going to want to use a non-KYC exchange, like one called Local CoinSwap and another called HODL. These are exchanges where you don't have to provide any KYC, and what's best is that they also don't have, they're what you call a non-custodial exchange, which means your funds are not stored on the exchange themselves, pooled in with with everyone else's funds in one particular place, leaving it open to vulnerabilities. So if Binance or one of these top exchanges gets hacked, everyone's money is gone, because all their money is stored in one place. Whereas when you're dealing on a non-custodial exchange, there's no money to hack, right? Because your funds aren't actually stored on the exchange itself. So these are the two top places to buy it. And if you're interested in P2P trading Monero, I can strongly recommend BitPapa and BitValve. These are great places to trade Monero, especially since local Monero shut down recently. So if you're interested in signing up with my referral links, you can use my referral links in the description down below. You can sign up with them, and make sure to subscribe. I've got daily videos on how to debank, how to trade with P2P cryptocurrency exchanges, and how to just give solid advice. I think especially when there's not a whole lot of it on YouTube. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.